Welcome to New Life Live, the premier place to receive free advice from Christian psychologists and counselors for the mental, emotional, relational, and spiritual challenges you face. Since 1988, we've offered compassionate responses that combine God's truth with proven psychological principles to guide you toward healing. Our phone lines are open. Call us now at 1-800-229-3000.
Here we are, and there you are. This is New Life Live. I'm your host, Brian Perez. Joining me in the studio this hour is licensed marriage and family therapist Marc Cameron. And look, another licensed marriage and family therapist, J.J. West. Great advice coming up this hour. Text a friend and invite them to join you either on the radio or on the Facebook or on the YouTube. J.J., what you've got on your mind to start us off today?
Man, we've got licensed marriage and family therapists just coming out of the woodwork today.
LMFTs
it's crazy.
galore.
So many.
Yes.
They're everywhere. So what's on my mind today is a passage from John chapter 15, but I got to set up the story a little bit. So the summer that my wife and I met, we were serving in an inner city summer mission project, and it was called the Atlanta Urban Project. And as we're pulling in, now we weren't together yet, so as all of the people are pulling in to the intensive, to the summer program, there was a banner hanging up that said, "Warning, pruning ahead." And it's taken from a passage in the Bible in John chapter 15, where Jesus says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of being pruned, having things cut away, is not pleasant. Mm-hmm. However, the alternative, right, because there's cutting either way. Either you're a branch that bears no fruit and you get cut off, or you're a branch that bears fruit, but you're still cut away. You're pruned back so that you'll be even more fruitful. And there's so many times in life where we experience that pruning, that cutting back, and we don't like it. We want a life of ease. we want things to be pleasant all the time. 72 degrees and sunny year round. But that's not how the kingdom of God works. That's not how maturity, that's not how sanctification works. Sanctification is this ongoing process of being pruned, of having the things that are unfruitful cut out so that it makes room for bearing fruit, the fruit of the kingdom, the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. So when we're experiencing this cutting back, instead of trying to figure out a way to hold on to the thing that's being cut out or figure out a way to avoid pain, wouldn't it be more helpful if instead we were to pause and say, "God, what is it that you're trying to grow in me through the process of this thing being cut away?" Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Did you want to add something? Because I just had a question.
No, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, so what about when these things that get pruned away, that get cut away, are seemingly good things? I mean, I think about all the calls that we get from people who are going through estrangement or through divorce, whatever, and these things are good. It's good to have a relationship with your children, whether they're kids or adults or whatever. But when that gets taken away, how can that be a good thing?
Well, it can be a good thing because, one, we walk through the process of grieving. Mm-hmm. And two, we recognize that God is with me even when this good thing is taken from my life, that God is never taken from my life, that He remains with me. He is faithful to stay with me no matter what losses I face.
Mark, anything to add?
Well, I think that's a difference between, God pruning something off and us going through a hard time. I think what you're describing, a family member cutting us off, that's typically a hard time that we're going through, not a pruning that the Lord is using to discipline us.
Yes.
But we can heal, and there's hope, even when the hard things happen.
Yep, indeed. That's right. All right, it's time to take a break here on New Life Live, and we've got some calls that we're going to get to in just a little bit. Julie, you will be up first, and we'll hear from the rest of you as well. Stand by.
I became aware that my husband had had an affair. He was viewing porn on the computer I was totally unaware of anything like sex addiction. Through the workshop, I truly believe my soul has been restored. The workshop educated me about what sex addiction was. It also gave me courage. I learned how to stand up for myself. Without a doubt, it was the most significant thing that I did.
The Restore Intensive is coming to Washington, D.C. November 7th to the 9th. Register online at newlife.com or call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Enter the code NLL for a discount.
That workshop is where I found the tools and the people to heal from this most heartbreaking thing of my life.
1-800-NEW-LIFE and the discount code NLL. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
Do you remember a few weeks back when we held a webinar titled From Chaos to Calm? It was spectacular, well attended. We had so many follow-up questions. Tune in for a special episode of New Life Live tomorrow, Friday, where the topic is anxiety. Becky Brown and Dr. Alice Benton will be answering as many questions as they can, the ones they couldn't get to at the end of the From Chaos to Calm Anxiety webinar. So make sure you tune in. Let's go to the phones now. Here is Julie, who's listening to us on WAVA in Washington, D.C. Hey, Julie, thanks for calling in to New Life Live today.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, what's going on? How can we help you?
Well, I had a savings account for years that my daughter was beneficiary on, and I got a recent bank statement that she had taken all the money out of the account.
Oh,
I
my
asked her
goodness.
about it. First, she denied it, and then she said she would pay it back, which I don't think she will. So, how do I heal from this, and how do I have a relationship, if I can, with her?
How old is she?
22.
And did she drain the account a little bit at a time or just all at once?
She had taken it. No, she drained it, and I wasn't really aware of it because it was a savings account. I didn't even know she knew about it. But she had opened up an account in that same bank, and I guess, her name popped up on my account. On her,
Now, you don't have to tell us the amount, but was it a significant amount, Julie?
It was quite a bit. I'd been saving it for years.
Wow.
For myself, because I'm a senior. I was saving it for myself and for her if she needed anything, because she was a beneficiary. That's why her name was on the account.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was on the account as a beneficiary, but she was also able to withdraw money, it sounds like. It sounds like she was joint on the account.
Right, because her name was on the account.
Yeah.
But she never told me that she was doing that. And, of
Right.
course, the bank probably thought everything was okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said she drank it. Is that what she did with the money?
She drained it.
She drained
took
it. I'm
all-
sorry.
she
Do you
took
know what she spent the
all
money
of
on?
The money out of the account.
Has she spent it all? And do you know what she
Yes,
spent it
she
on?
had. I'm not sure what she spent it on.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have an idea. She's living with a boyfriend that is not working, and he drinks and drugs, and she's got 2 babies. She just had a baby a couple of days ago, and she told me she used it for rent and stuff like that. But that's not if she needed it, then she could have just asked me instead of just taking all of the money up. That was a lot of money in there, and she took all of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that said a word to me, and we were conversing with each other on the phone, texting and all that. She never said a word. And I didn't know it until I got the bank statement.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has she shared, Julie? Has she shared with you why?
Oh, did we just lose?
Hello?
I think we just
Oh,
lost
sorry.
Julie. Oh, no, there you are. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
am I back?
Mhm.
Okay,
You're back.
I apologize. So, Julie, has she shared with you why she just took the money and didn't just ask you for the money?
Like she said, because she needed to pay rent. They were going to get set out, this, that, and the other. But I had already.
I get all the needs, but that doesn't answer the question of why she didn't come to you with the needs and instead went behind your back and took the money without your
Yeah, because you
knowledge
said
or
that you were
permission.
texting and talking on the phone.
Yeah.
I have rescued her from other, situations. I have helped her out financially before. So I don't know why she didn't come to me and ask me. I think she felt like she was getting over, that she thought that she could just take it, because
She
she
could
had
take
that
it
right
without
to do
you
it.
because you weren't ever paying attention to it. Maybe she could take it and maybe replenish it before you ever noticed that it was gone or whatever. Okay. But see, but no matter,
I don't think that she was going to.
yeah.
I don't
No,
think that she was going to give it back. No.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Julie, the bottom line is this. This is a significant betrayal of your trust.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime there is a betrayal, it leaves a wound. And in order for that wound to heal, we have to grieve. And so, Julie, part of your healing is you have to grieve what was lost. And what part of what was lost in this scenario is that you've lost trust in your daughter. You've lost trust in her to be honest with you. You've lost trust in her to come to you to ask for help when she needs something instead of just taking it without your permission. You've lost significantly in this betrayal, and part of the healing, I hope, is that your daughter recognizes that, not just, oh, sorry, I got caught, I'll try to put the money back, but actually recognizes it was wrong for me to behave this way. It was wrong for me to break your trust. And I now have the responsibility not just to replenish the money, but I have the responsibility to rebuild trust with you. And that takes time. That's not an overnight thing.
Yeah. Mark?
Yeah, this is a really difficult situation, Julie, because, I mean, you are deeply wounded, as JJ said here. This is a betrayal, and that betrayal needs to be addressed. And it sounds like you need to have boundaries up, but also at the same time, you don't want to break your relationship with your daughter where she can't come to you again in the future. But it does need to be addressed because this is a significant wound. Now, it sounds like, what you're saying is she probably won't be able to pay the money back because it was a significant amount and she just took it all. It sounds like she's in a desperate situation and possibly an addiction herself. Do you think that she, you're mentioning that her boyfriend is an addict. Is she possibly an addict?
He's not really an addict. He drinks a lot and he can control it. I don't think that she just had a baby a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she has a mentality of getting over. I adopted her when she was young. And they did tell us that, some things we might just have to look out for. And she has had some counseling, but I think she's just, I really don't know. It hurts me to even think how she could even do that, as her mom, how she could even do that to me.
Is she only child?
No, I had two other children. She was the youngest.
Okay.
Well, you can be a functional addict here.
Yeah.
Have you addressed this with her? I mean, beyond more than like, hey, did you take the money? No. Oh, yeah, I did. Have you sat down and had a conversation with her and really talked about how wounded you are with this and that it's going to take a significant amount to rebuild trust?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
She just said she was sorry. She said she was sorry. But it's not even like it's remorseful. I don't get it. Now she's not on drugs or anything like that because, like I said, she just had a baby, and she had one like 13 months ago. So she's had two babies, back to back, and she hasn't been using any drugs. But the boyfriend does. I mean, he smokes weed and he drinks a lot. He drinks an awful lot.
So what do you need, Julie, from her? You said there's no remorse. What do you need from her in this situation here?
To be honest, right now, I'm just feeling there's nothing that she can say because the betrayal is just too deep. I mean, I thought we had a relationship that if you were to see us together, I mean, we laugh, we talk, we hold hands, we go out girls' day, once a month, and all of those kind of things that mother and daughter do. And then she does this? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah. JJ, any other thoughts?
Yeah, well, you don't understand it because it's incomprehensible. It doesn't make sense that someone who has such a close relationship with you would behave this way. It's certainly not the way that you would behave. And so it is incomprehensible to you, but yet it happened. And that's the part of the grieving process that we have to come to grips with the fact that this is the new reality. I don't want it to be the reality. I don't want this to be the world that I live in, where now I have this estranged relationship with my daughter, but that's the reality. And until she does the work of repairing what was ruptured in this betrayal, that's the reality that I live in. And I have to come to grips with that. And I have to recognize that even though it's not a reality that I would have chosen, it's the reality that I'm in, and God is with me in this reality. God walks with me as I deal with the disappointment, the hurt, the pain, the broken trust that I now have with my daughter.
Well, and something tells me that she's going to need you again in the very near future here, Julie. I mean, it sounds like the money situation's only going to last for so long before she needs help again. And then if she's just had a baby, she may even need, help, babysitting, things like that. And so I think what JJ is saying here is, require a repair, not before you'll communicate with her, but before you can fully engage with her, I would say, because it's often seeing how hurt a person is what leads, us to repentance. If we don't have that internal motivation, I mean, that's exactly why we take communion as Christians. We remember, we reflect on, we have to keep reflecting upon what Christ did for us, as a motivator for us to not sin. And to repent. And I think that goes in these relationships here. When we have a betrayal like this, I do think that when she comes to you, yes, you want to maintain relationship with her, but you get to express how deeply wounded you are, and that it will take some time, and that you need to see some repair on her side and some remorse before you can fully engage back, in the enjoyment that you once had.
Julie, just for calling today, we're going to send you a copy of the book Trust, which will definitely help you to rebuild that relationship. Hopefully it will, be back even better than it was before. But right now you feel this betrayal, and we feel really bad for what you're going through. And in fact, if everybody listening and watching can keep Julie in your prayers, that would be great. There's another kind of betrayal that we talk about all the time here on New Life Live, and it's when a husband and wife relationship goes south because a man betrays his wife. And so many people so many women who call into the program and are dealing with betrayal because of the sexual integrity issues that their husband has. And for him, we recommend the Every Man's Battle Intensive. But for women, we have a workshop called Restore. It's for women who've experienced betrayal trauma due to a man's lack of sexual integrity. JJ West, what would you say to a woman who's perhaps angry at hearing us talk about this? She might be thinking, I don't need help. This is his problem. He did this to me. Why is it important for her to get help for herself?
Yeah. And I understand that feeling, and it makes sense, right? Because he's the one that messed up. Why do I need to go to some workshop or do some counseling or do any work? It should all be on him. I get that, but let me offer this. His betrayal caused a wound for you. And just because he has work to do in terms of repair doesn't mean that you don't need your own healing. And you can't just say, well, until he does what he's supposed to do, I'm just going to sit here and wait. You're hurting. There's a wound. And what Restore does is it gives you a place to experience healing for that wound. It gives you a safe place, probably the safest place on the planet for you to be you and to be wounded and not have to have everything all together and not put on a mask like everything's okay. It's a safe place for you to be hurting and to be loved on by other women who understand, because they have gone through the exact same thing. So I highly recommend, if this is describing you, sign up for the Restore workshop. It's coming, I believe it's going to be in DC in November, 7th through 9th. And so please, please, please sign up to go.
Well, and the analogy we often use to here is that if you're in a car accident, even if it's not your fault, if you sustain injuries, you still got to go and get healing for yourself. And you still got to go show up to the doctor's appointment, do the physical therapy, maybe even surgery. And so in these situations, it's the same advice that we're telling Julie here. It's you can't just say sorry. You have to rebuild trust before you enter back into an intimate relationship with someone.
Yeah. So, ladies, the Restore Healing After Betrayal Intensive is happening November 7th, 8th, and 9th in Washington, D.C. If you sign up by tomorrow, you will get a discount on the registration. So definitely take advantage of that. You can go to our website, newlife.com, to register, or you can call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Time to take a break, and then we'll be back with more of your calls. I see Kelly, you will be next here on New Life Live. Thanks for watching and listening.
I went to Every Man's Battle in 2012. My sexual integrity was not what it should have been. I sought out affairs, whether physical or emotional. Until I came to Every Man's Battle, I didn't understand that would never fill that void.
Every day, men struggle with sexual integrity. Impure thoughts, strip clubs, affairs, pornography.
The shame and guilt was overwhelming.
For over 20 years, New Life Ministries has been helping men regain their integrity through their one-of-a-kind Every Man's Battle Intensive.
You will discover what the true root of your pain is, and you will discover how to overcome.
You don't have to struggle any longer. Get help in Dallas, Texas, November 7th through the 9th. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE to register or to find out more. 1-800-639-5433 or online at newlife.com. Enter the code NLL for a discount.
Every Man's Battle saved my life.
1-800-NEW-LIFE and the discount code NLL. Club New Life changes lives.
You guys came along into my life in 2022. That was a really, really difficult year of my life.
You can help New Life Ministries provide Christ-centered hope and counseling resources to thousands of people by joining Club New Life today.
I began to really process a lot of things that I've needed to for a long time, and y'all were a very big part of that.
When you sign up to support us monthly through Club New Life, you'll make a difference in the lives of individuals and families with godly counsel and connection to help.
I came out of it having never experienced anything like that, and y'all were there.
Join today and help continue the message of hope to a troubled world.
I knew I had to keep going, and I joined Club New Life, and y'all have been the resource that has now been a light for my wife and I.
Go to newlife.com/CNL, and together we can help hurting people find help and hope in life's hardest places.
Keep doing what you do because it makes a difference.
newlife.com/CNL. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
Kelly's listening to New Life Live on Sirius XM Channel 131 in Birmingham, Alabama. And she's called in today to New Life Live. Hello, Kelly.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, how can we help you? What's going on?
So I'll start with the question. My question is, and I think I've heard a lot of answers already since I've been on hold, but my question is, how do I kind of shake things up in my parenting and relationship with my 12-year-old son? Just recently, like last night, I looked at his grades, and he is failing one of his classes, and I've worked for the last 18 weeks following up with him on his grades, making sure he's doing the right thing. But I did not know I could check individual assignments, and I found last night that he has not been turning in assignments and is failing. And he has broken trust with me, and I'm angry about it because this is not new behavior. He's sneaky. He's 12 years old. He lives for the desires of his heart. And I'm afraid that I've helped him along with that throughout the years, overcompensating for my divorce overcompensating for the way I was raised. I was also parentified as a child. And I just am in a place where, I am defeated. Because it is just me. We do have a relationship with his dad, but not in an accountability sense. And so his dad's not in it every day. I do, communicate with him when things go south, but it's not the same as being in it and feeling the responsibility of your child doing well in school and also his character. But on the flip side of that, everyone that we're surrounded by will go out of their way to let me know how amazing he is, how sweet, how kind, how polite. I'll get stopped walking the dog in the neighborhood by neighbors who just talk about how sweet and kind he is and how he talks like an adult.
And you feel like saying, if you only knew.
Yes. And then also my ex-husband says, well, he doesn't do that with me. He
doesn't do what with him?
Like,
he's not sneaky, or he's not polite and kind?
He's not sneaky with him. Because when he's with his dad, it's like, okay, bud, what do you want to do this weekend?
Right. Well, how often is he with his dad, and is he going over schoolwork with his dad? So it might not be anything that he needs to be sneaky about.
Right. If there's no rules, so there's no rules to break. Right.
Now, has he struggled with school for a while?
He last year he started out making A's and B's, and by the end of his 5th grade year, he was making all A's.
Okay. So he's a smart kid. So he's in 6th grade now. So he just went into middle school, correct? Correct. So there's a shift that happens in middle school. In middle school, it becomes a little bit more of an exposure for kids, because now you got to change classrooms typically. Typically up until 5th grade, you have the same teacher. It's very consistent. And then once you hit middle school, all of a sudden you have multiple teachers. You got to go to different classrooms. The oversight is different. The dynamic in each classroom is different because it's made up of different kids, and the expectations and the teaching is different. And it wasn't until middle school that I noticed the shift that happened with my kids too. Ultimately, ended up finding out that they both had ADHD, but before that, because they didn't have that shift, it was easier for them to connect, and because they didn't have those transitions going on. So something is happening with transitions here. You've obviously done some good things here, because he's polite and he's kind, and he engages well with other adults, and you're hearing that. So I get that you feel betrayed in this sneakiness, but emotions drive behaviors. It sounds like he's either distracted at school or he's overwhelmed and he's struggling. And so the path of least resistance is just to not do it, or to say the dog ate my homework, or I lost it, or I turned it in. How comes it's not here? I don't understand why. Right? But but there's an emotional response happening. Have you talked with him about how he feels about his teachers or friends at school, or how he's doing with his schoolwork? Is he overwhelmed with it? Does he understand it? Does he find it difficult, etc.?
So when I do ask him about that and all of those topics or categories he just named, I do ask him about those things, and it's fine, it's good. Yeah, I like my teachers. So I can't get more out of him.
Right. So it's those questions that you're asking. If it's just like, hey, how's everything at school? Good. How are your teachers? Fine. We need to learn as parents how to ask deeper questions that don't, reach beyond a yes or no answer. Like, tell me about the thing that's most difficult for you, right? There's not a yes or no answer, or it's fine to that. Who are you most connected with? Which teacher do you struggle with most? As we learn to ask some of these questions, you'll get more information from him. We're about to hit a break here, and I got a little bit more to say, and I'm sure JJ does too.
All right, we'll come back here on New Life Live. Kelly, stay on the phone. We're also going to send you a copy. Well, we don't know yet. We're going to look through our list of resources We're going to pick one and send it to you from the newlife.com store. So thank you so much for calling in today here on New Life Live. We'll be back with you and as many other calls as we can get to today here on New Life Live.
I was sort of vaguely familiar that the 12 steps had some origination in the Bible. I found life recovery, and one of the things I liked so much was that it had such a broad appeal. It wasn't limited to just alcohol or drugs, that it was addressing a wide range of problems.
At New Life, we believe everyone can benefit from a life recovery experience. There are life recovery groups all over the country. They take place online, in conference calls, and in person. And if there isn't one in your area, we can help you start one. We have startup materials, leaders' guides, CDs, Bibles, and more, all with discounts available for groups. Call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE and ask for Terry Ward. The 12 Steps have long been a great help to people in recovery because much of the 12 Steps' power comes from the fact that they capture principles clearly revealed in the Bible.
The 12 steps is really a pattern for all of us as Christians.
Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433. Do you need help for life's hard situations?
My husband recently said he wanted a divorce.
I'm confused on what I should do.
I have an eating disorder.
New Life Live answers your questions on relationships, grief, addiction, trauma, anxiety, and much more, all from a biblical perspective with our panel of professional counselors and psychologists.
I learn a lot from your program.
You help so many people.
I appreciate your ministry.
Whether you listen or watch, there are so many ways to connect with us to ask our panel of counselors a question. Call us Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific at 1-800-229-3000 to ask your question on New Life Live. Or go to newlife.com/radio for other ways to get your question answered.
I'm trying to find help.
I just want to know how to set boundaries.
If it's a sin, what am I supposed to do?
Need a therapist or a coach, a resource, or an intensive? Call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433. 1-800-NEW-LIFE. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
You still with us, Kelly? Kelly?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Mark, what else did you want to talk about?
Well, let JJ jump in here and then I'll wrap up at the
JJ.
end.
Yeah, so Kelly, I agree with Mark that it would be important to assess whether or not maybe there's some ADD or ADHD previously undiagnosed. Some of that can be because of the transition, some of the other changes that happen in middle school, but also because, in elementary school, there's a lot more hand holding by the teachers, and that largely goes away in middle school. And so some of the missed assignment stuff may have been in place in elementary school, but it got fixed by the teacher saying, okay, well, here, take some time to finish it now, whereas that's not happening in middle school. One of the things I think, I'm glad that you did find the feature on the website that allows you to look at individual assignments. I think that there may be a need for an ongoing kind of natural logical consequence for your son, is that because he's not been turning in assignments, that he now needs to show you, maybe that's a log that he takes every day and gets checked off by his teachers. Here are the assignments. Here's when they're due. And then he shows you physically, here it is. Here's my completed assignment before I'm able to play video games, watch TV, go hang out with my friends, right? Like I've got to prove, because I've been telling you one thing when in fact something else is true. I now have to prove my reliability.
Yeah. And he has been diagnosed with ADHD. So he is on medication for that.
Okay.
I appreciate everything because, yes, I have, like, my next step was to talk to the teacher and just get feedback on, I'll have to work it out with the teacher as far as understanding what the assignment is that he needs to turn in. Because I've done that the last 18 weeks with him, and he's lied every single time. So here we are, and he has a very low failing grade in math, and so I'll talk to the teacher. The other side of that is the anger that I have that I
Right.
honestly portray. I mean, I act out on sometimes, and I feel like I'm damaging him.
So it's understandable that you'd be angry because he was not telling you the truth. He was lying to you. It's understandable that you'd be angry. But expressing anger in unhealthy ways doesn't suddenly make him tell the truth, right? Now, there may be some real clear consequences, like he may fail this class that he's not been turning in assignments. He may have lowered his grades so much that he has to take the class over either in summer or next year. That could be a consequence that he goes, you know what, I'm not going to stay on this path. I don't want to keep repeating classes and be stuck behind all my friends. Or it may be that, like I was talking about, where he has to do a log where he has to show you. But you have to understand that letting the consequence be the instructor rather than overpowering him with your anger, you're going to get a lot more traction from that than just getting angry and hoping that you can scare him into a new way of behaving.
Well, and kids who have ADHD, they don't have long-term thinking. They have executive deficits they have deficits in their executive level functionings, which is planning, prioritization, organization, and they have very short-term thinking. So if it's not done now, then I'm okay. They're not forecasting. So consequences have to be in the now. But I think the thing that I would encourage you here, Kelly, is to think less about it as a character issue and more about a relationship thing. It sounds like what is happening for you, it feels like a betrayal when he lies to you. And I'm not saying that that's okay, but it sounds like it's triggering something in your own wound, possibly from maybe your marriage. If you had betrayal in there, this is triggering that, and that's where that anger is coming up from. So learning how to understand what's also going on with you will help you be able to teach him how to self-reflect on what's happening in him. I think How We Love Our Kids would be a great resource.
Okay, that's what we'll send you.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kelly, thanks for calling in. Stay on the phone, and we will get your address and send you a copy of How We Love Our Kids from the newlife.com store. Let's take another call. Here is Lena in Bismarck, North Dakota. It says here it's your first time listening to the program.
Yes.
Hello. How'd you find out about us?
Hi. I was just turning my music on. Normally, I don't listen to music. I just drive. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to listen to some music. Then, for some reason, I left it, and it was you guys, and I started listening to you. Then it was like, oh, maybe I should call, and I need some help.
All right.
Well, good for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course. We've been doing this for 37 years, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Oh, my God.
Yes. So you just found us, but we've been doing it for a while, and I'm pretty sure we can help you. So what are you going through? Why did you call?
Okay, I called. It's my ex-husband. He have nothing to do with my kid's life. It's been for like few years with my daughter, and then my another two kids for almost a year. He don't really spend time or call them or anything to do. So it's all on me. So I get really like, it's too much for me sometimes. I get mad, like not toward my kids because I love them, but I'm really patient person. And I feel bad, like what I should do to help my kids, because they are the one, I know they are suffering, they are hurting, but they will not open up to me and tell me that. Then my youngest one, he really like failing in school. But it's been like a few years. I was just listening to you, just the person before me. I kind of have the same problem. He is not doing good in school.
How old are your kids, Lena?
Really good. He's 16 and 17 and 19.
Okay, so they're all late teens here, or mid to late teens.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a difficult stage. 3 teenagers, goodness, 16 to 19.
Yes.
You have your hands full by yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they all boys?
Yeah. 2 boys and 1 girl. She's in college, and she really, my oldest, she's it's a magic happened to her. She's into God, and she go to church and thinks that's like really big change. I'm very thankful. I have no problem with her. She's really responsible, everything.
So what, did I miss your
you
question? What's your question for us, though? I know that you said your kids are struggling, your husband's disengaged. What was the question?
So the question, what I should do, like how I manage or how to deal with the ex-husband, and what I should do with my youngest one. He's fallen in school. It's been a couple of years already. It's not this first year.
And what do you mean by what you should do with your ex-husband? You said he's disengaged. What do you mean what you should do with him?
Like I get mad, like when he don't do his job like a dad. I get angry. I get mad inside me. And I, like a Christian, I should not be like that. But it's like we are human. And I know it's like I don't want to say he's alive. He's not dead. So it's like I can't deal with it sometimes. I feel bad for my kids. What I should do, what I should tell my kids. Now I don't really tell them anything. I don't even tell them I'm mad or like I just pretend like he's not there.
So you and your ex have joint custody, and when he's watching over them, he doesn't really
don't watch him. No, he don't see him. He don't watch him anymore.
Well, I think, Lena, your anger is justified. There's a difference between feeling angry and acting angry. So I think your anger is justified that he's disengaged and he's abandoned you and your family and your kids. And at the time when they really, really do need him and his guidance, and you need an extra person, the other parent there, he's not there. So I think some of this is going to be... which is really hard, is accepting that this is the way he is and that he's not involved. And how can you learn to be okay and change your expectation for him? Because if you keep expecting that he should show up and he should do this, and while you're right, he should do those things, but when we get stuck on they should be doing this and they should be doing that, it prevents, it causes a deeper disappointment in us. And so accepting the reality in that case. And then I think with your kids, I wouldn't necessarily just, not talk about it at all. I would ask them good questions about how does it feel that dad hasn't reached out in a while, and get them to, start to explore their emotional states with them. And that will help them be able to reflect upon their emotions and how this whole thing is impacting them, and give them a safe space to talk about it with you.
We'll hear what J.J. West has to add to the conversation when we come back from the break here on New Life Live. Lena, thanks for calling in. Stay on the phone. And we also want to send you a resource just for calling in to the program today. And we'll try to get to some more calls, too, here on New Life Live. God bless you guys. Thanks for listening and watching. Go to newlife.com to find out all about us.
Club New Life changes lives.
I think I go way back to listening to New Life, learning so much from it, and then becoming a Club New Life member.
Club New Life is a monthly giving family that helps New Life Ministries provide Christ-centered hope and counseling resources to thousands of people.
I'm so thankful because why I keep giving? Because I keep learning, and I'm so thankful for all the lives that you touch every day and the people's lives. So when I get to still hear the radio show, it's just so encouraging to my heart.
When you sign up to support us monthly through Club New Life, you'll make a difference in the lives of individuals and families with godly counsel and connection to help.
And one reason I give? Because I feel like sometimes I'm hiding behind a counselor's couch, listening to all this great information and not paying. So my guilt of this great advice is alleviated by being a Club New Life member.
Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433. And together we can help hurting people find help and hope in life's hardest places. Call 1-800-639-5433 to join Club New Life today. For over 35 years, New Life has been the most trusted name in Christian counseling.
Your ministry has saved my life.
If you struggle with emotional hurt, family or marriage problems, the pit of depression, or the pain of addiction, we can help.
I'm down 100 pounds now from what I was.
I found a counselor through New Life Ministries, and it's just been outstanding.
Our treatment programs provide clinically appropriate solutions from licensed professionals, all in a biblical framework.
I have had problems with alcohol. I think God has ordained this place to be His.
is.
You don't have to be a prisoner of your pain. Help is available at 1-800-NEW-LIFE.
She tells me that I'm a new man, and I feel like a new man.
It worked for me, and it can work for them too.
This time it is different.
If you're ready to take the first steps toward genuine spiritual and emotional healing, call us today at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. God can open the door for a better tomorrow.
To get someone that's competent, that's good at what they do, it's been like day and night compared to what I've had before.
Call 1-800-639-5433. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
And let's go back to Lena and then Donna. Don't hang up because we're going to talk to you as well. But JJ, what did you want to say to Lena?
Yeah, Lena, I'm so sorry that you are going through this. I agree with Mark that it's important that you're distinguishing between feeling angry versus expressing anger in unhealthy ways. So oftentimes in Christian circles, in churches, the rule is don't be angry, don't be angry. And so we just spend all of our time trying to cap our anger rather than recognizing that the anger is a secondary emotion. That means it's fueled by a primary emotion underneath. So if you think about anger being kind of the volcanic explosion at the top, there's something underneath that's fueling the anger. And in this case, I think there could be disappointment. I think there could be maybe some sadness for your children, grieving for them. But for you to, instead of trying to discount your anger or push it away, if instead you would just drill down past the anger to what's underneath to begin to identify that, two things can happen there. One is I can invite God into that deeper emotion. God, I'm disappointed in the ways that my ex-husband is not showing up for our children. And I can experience God comforting me. I can experience God guiding me. I can experience God reassuring me that he's got me even when the world is not going as I would want it to go. I might feel a sense of hopelessness because I can't fix, change, or control others, namely my ex. But I'm going to be able to plumb the depths of that and encounter God there. And then two, the second thing is it then helps you model for your children exactly what Mark was talking about, which is helping them to identify what are the deeper feelings that they have. Not just anger at dad and wanting to cut him off, but the disappointment, the sadness that they feel, and maybe feeling abandoned by him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to add. And you put it in right at the end. I think abandonment is a big one. I think that is underneath the anger. You've been abandoned, and you see him abandoning your kids too. So, learning.
I do ask my kids, but they say, we don't care. But I know that's not right. I know they care. I know they are hurting, but they don't tell me everything.
Right. And that's where you can model for them. You can talk about, I'm so sad that this is happening, or I'm so disappointed, or I feel a sense of abandonment because your father is not showing up for you in these ways. And as you communicate in healthy ways your own emotions, it's modeling for them how they can do the same, right? But it takes practice. And if we don't have a history of doing that, it's not going to happen right away because they're still trying to figure out, is this safe? Can I talk about this? Should I, and they may even feel a sense of needing to protect. Like, I can't, if I talk bad about dad, is that a betrayal of him or whatever? So it's important to just model for them what that looks like. And over time, they'll start to pick up on that.
How we love our kids. I know we've given it away a couple of times, but that seems most appropriate, I think, here for
I agree.
Lena.
We have been giving away that one a lot lately. We're going to run out in the stores.
Because it's so good.
It is. We'll just order more.
Agreed.
All right. So, Lena, thanks for calling in. We'll send you a copy of the book, How We Love Our Kids, from the newlife.com store. Don't forget, we're in the middle of a matching gift campaign right now, up to $475,000. So right now, whatever gift you give to New Life will be doubled up to $475,000. That is amazing. We will be able to help twice as many people as we already do. So you can take part by calling us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE or go to a page that we've set up on our website, newlife.com/match, and you can make your gift there. Thank you for whatever you can do. Let's now talk to Donna in North Platte, North Dakota, listening on KJLT. Sounds like you're going through a similar situation as Lena.
A little bit. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for calling today.
Thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how do I get my husband to understand that his odd-end jobs, kind of handyman type stuff, is not bringing enough financial support in?
Do you work, Donna?
I have worked all my life. Right now I'm working 3 jobs.
Wow. And he's just doing odd jobs here and there?
And he's just kind of odd jobs here and there. And the most that he pay out a month is maybe $100. And that's the Wi-Fi, because his excuse is, well, the boys need it for school. Okay. They have time at school to do what they're supposed to do at school. And they don't give them homework, but they can make up stuff that they didn't finish, or the teacher didn't like how they reported, so they give them opportunity to redo it. And I'm okay with that, but he act like it's okay.
What? No, we don't have a lot of time here, just so you know. But why do you think he only has odd jobs? What does he struggle with? Does he struggle with relationships with bosses?
To open a business, and
But in general,
okay with it.
In general, across the years, does he struggle in his relationships with people at work, having a boss, or does he just no?
No.
Well, why can't he? Yeah,
Has he had full-time jobs before?
Yes.
Okay, and why did he leave those?
The last one, I think he kind of just got scooted out, because he is very smart, and him and his boss would kind of bump heads about things. Not fired, but like he ship him off to a different job. I'll let you go over and repaint so-and-so's house today, and kind of pretty much just let him out of the building facility.
So that was a relationship thing. He wasn't getting along with his boss. Maybe he wasn't following through.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that they didn't get along. They just, because even now the guy still calls him and gives him work, but
okay,
I don't know what it is. He thinks that him starting this business it's going to jump off. It's going to, but it's not right now, and it's a lot on me.
Yeah.
JJ.
And I don't know how to get him to see.
Yeah. So
that it ain't enough.
Yeah, that it ain't enough. Right. So we have to sit down with the whole budget, right, written out. Here are all of our expenses, right? And this is what we have coming in. And you contributing this much is not enough to make up the difference. And so what are you going to do, right? You can't fix, change, or control others, but you can present the data and then leave it in his hands. Okay, husband, here's the reality of the financial situation. I get that you want to start this business. I applaud that. But in the meantime, while the business is building up, what are you going to do to make up the difference between what we have to pay each month versus what's coming in each month?
Would it be too extreme for Donna to say, you know what, I'm working 3 jobs. I'm going to quit one of them in 3 months, maybe by the end of the year or the beginning of next year? Do you think that would be a motivation? What would you guys say?
Well, I don't think that it's bad for her to plan that with him, not just to go ahead and quit. But yeah, I mean, there should be balance. But there's something deeper going on. Oftentimes people who have ADHD, and sometimes it's undiagnosed, they struggle with keeping jobs because they get distracted. They delay starting tasks. They don't manage time well, so they don't show up on time. And sometimes to avoid being fired, if they're not fired, they can just quit and say, oh, that wasn't the right one for me. And then they bounce back and forth between different jobs. So I think there's probably something deeper going on, which is why he can't find a consistent job and hold it down. And I think until you can figure that out, you may end up, struggling in the same areas.
Right, because the same things that if that is the case, let's say that it is ADHD or ADD, that's not going to be cured by starting my own business. That's going to be amplified.
Or her quitting her job.
Right.
Or her quitting her job, correct. Yeah.
Donna, just for calling in today, we're going to send you a copy of Boundaries from the newlife.com store, and that is all the time we have on today's episode. Join us tomorrow. We're going to be talking about anxiety all hour long. Easy for me to say. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on New Life Live. God bless.
Thanks for listening. We hope this program has helped you by giving you insights for handling the challenges you face in your life. We want you to know that we're here for you, but you also need to know that New Life Live is a listener-supported ministry. To make your donation or to get any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433 or online at newlife.com. Please join us again tomorrow for New Life Live.